Hey guys, and welcome to Sounds Like NYC episode 45. My next guest is a young inspirational lyricist from Westchester and New Rochelle, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. After many trials and tribulations, he's now trying to teach others through his mistakes. You can follow him on Boogie Nation _ on Instagram. Please welcome Boogie Nation.
What's going on?
What's going on, man? How you been?
Everything's good, bro. It's a pleasure to be here. What's going on?
Just, chilling.
Ordering Chinese food.
Oh,
yeah. I ain't mad at that. You heard?
I am super hungry right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you guys are currently in New Rochelle?
Yeah, I still reside in New Rochelle.
Gotcha. What's holding you back from coming over here?
The rent.
Yeah.
Nothing but the rent.
Yeah. It's definitely, I just actually seen the average one bedroom now is the highest it ever been, 2,800. I said, oh no.
It's crazy.
I'm staying where I'm at for right now, even though it's expensive where I'm at, but it's still way more affordable than that is.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it sort of depends on like what borough and what neighborhood in the borough, right? Because you go to Queens, it's probably cheaper.
Yes, David, we get it. Queens is amazing. It's a wonderful place. Everybody should move there. He's from Queens, so he's always like,
okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Queens. I mess with my Queens dudes.
There you go.
Shout out to Queens, South Side. Shout what up.
I mean, listen, we got 50 Cent. We got Nicki Minaj. We got
shout out to Nicki. Yeah, Nicki. Yeah,
Leguizamo. Leguizamo's from
who's that? I don't know.
John Leguizamo.
I don't know who he is.
The fucking actor guy.
Yeah, he's in John Wick.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah, the guy. Wait, are we talking about the dude that was like also in The Matrix?
No. That's Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
No, but like Morpheus. Like
No.
who? No,
He's not black. He's Spanish.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're talking
He
about.
like
then.
chops the cars, he sells the cars and stuff in John Wick.
I remember that scene, but I don't remember specifically who was like.
Anyways, what I'm saying is like a lot of people have been born here that, have gone on to do big things. So don't diss Queens like that.
Whatever.
Okay. I mean, I've sort of like lived half
Queens
my
get
life.
the money though.
Yeah.
Queens get the money though. I can't front on Queens. My boy Lou got cash doing his thing. Rico Dana just came on doing his thing. There's a couple dudes out there. You know what I mean? Shout out to Queens one time.
How's the music scene up in New Rochelle?
Oh, the music scene is actually great. You know what I mean? Grand Pooba, Sadat X, Lord Jamal, Grand Nubian, they really set the tone really for the music. And, there's a lot of greats that followed after. And there's a lot of dudes out there right now that's still grinding and still doing their thing. Not just only me.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you think there's any reason for that? Like, is it like recent that they've been doing a lot of music now, or has it always been like that?
It always been like that, but it's just more, how should I say it? A lot of people, not just myself, stepped our grind up, so we just got a little bit noticed more. Mm-hmm. But we always been overlooked because it's a lot of talent out there.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, even like in little towns, I mean, I guess New Rochelle isn't that small, but like
it is, but then it isn't. But compared to a borough, hell yeah.
Yeah, crazy talent anywhere. I mean, anywhere you can find talent, I guess, right? You just got to find hardworking people who
definitely, and that's why it takes people to open the doors so people could watch this city more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do it for my city. So now they look at Boogie Nation, where I'm from. I'm from New Rochelle. Now they starting to pay attention to New Rochelle, and they gonna notice other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's cool, man.
So, like, where does the name Boogie Nation come from?
Boogie Nation.
What was, like, inspiration?
Well, I'm not one of them. I didn't give myself that name. I'm not one of them dudes, you know what I mean, that come outside and name themselves Killer or Murder. You know what I mean? My mom actually was calling me that, but my sister, LaSarah, Mimi, shout out to Mimi, gave me that name because she's from Highbridge, from the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
That was called Boogie Down in the Bronx. She gave me that name. I was about 8. That was like 2001. She called me J Boogie. Mm-hmm. But just like Lil Bow Wow had to drop Little. He's just Bow Wow. I had to drop that. And my name became more purpose as I got older. It was around like 2010. And I made that transition into Boogie Nation. And the nation comes from, I'm the same as myself as I am with a million. So I am a nation. You know what I mean? I'm self-made.
Gotcha. How has your musical journey been so far?
The best way I could say,
Because you've been doing it. I think you've been doing it since like what, you were 9?
Yeah, probably younger than that. Me and my boy Llama, like me, Llama, and K Bills, we actually did a talent show. We did a talent show in 4th grade. It's actually funny. We was doing backflips and all that, but doing all this and rapping, we didn't even know at this age, at that point in time, nobody was doing that. Like, especially at that age, everybody was. Even though we was talented in sports, we was still doing that. Everybody was either doing football or basketball, if you're a boy, or baseball, or, you know, lacrosse, some type of sport. So us doing that back then, looking at it now, we was ahead of our time.
Nice.
Pretty much.
So let's talk about your wonderful producer friend over here.
Oh, this my wonderful manager. This the manager of the year right here. This is the amazing Jalen. You know what I mean? This is my manager. Yeah. She's, you know, she's behind the scenes of a lot of stuff. So, you know, you see me, I'm the face front, but you know, it's the people behind the scenes.
For sure.
That's
so like,
is he an easy client?
Super easy. He makes my job really easy, honestly.
So like, how did you guys meet in the first place? Like, what was like kind of like, because you were telling me before that you guys have been friends for like 10 or so years.
Yeah.
So how was it transitioning into like working together, and like, has it been easy, or has it been like ups and downs in like a more professional relationship, or like
it's been easy, but you know, we only human. We might not see eye to eye on everything. So that's when, you know, you make the transition and you can't mix business and pleasure. You know, she got my best interest. So, you know, even though she's my friend, she got my best interest. So she got to tell me a business side. Nah, that might not be the best move to make. Give me advice. And I got to know that I got to be able to take constructive criticism. I'm not always right. You know what I mean?
You think it's easier to have a manager that's a friend, or that just somebody that, you know, just corporate?
No, I think it's easier because she knows me. She'll know what's best for me,
right,
in terms of somebody else, and she's not just letting me get over, because she knows my potential. So she's always pushing me.
And she's not as scared to, you know, call you out when you need to be called out.
Oh yeah, she's definitely not, man. She's definitely not. I give credit where credit's due. I don't front.
Oh yeah, I think our relationship works so well because our friendship. You know, because we can communicate with each other because we know each other, and I definitely feel like that has made the constructive criticism a lot easier, because sometimes it doesn't feel as great when it's coming from someone who doesn't know you.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel genuine.
Yeah. No, and also he's made me better too, because like,
oh, that's so
definitely
sweet.
because I had to be more business savvy, and so like, you know, like making sure that like, you know, I have things in order for like, you know, like when he won Coast to Coast in Miami, you know, we had to make sure we had everything in order before we got there.
Right.
You know, like where we were staying, how we were getting to certain places. And he definitely pushed me to be more organized.
That's good. So tell me more about Coast to Coast. What's all that about?
Basically, it's one of the world's largest showcases / competitions, similar to South by Southwest. You got people from all over. They pretty much rent out different venues in different states. So, like, for instance, I went in Miami, but I'm from New York. So it was people from Alabama, people from all over competing. So, you know, it had pretty much different styles, different sounds, different everything.
It's probably good for you as an artist, too, just, like, to absorb all the, like...
No, actually, you see different sound. And, you know, everybody, you know, even though we all different, but... everybody's similar in certain aspects. It's just, you know, it's just that he's from a different city, from a different place, but we all
different
similar.
Sounds.
So it was pretty dope to network with different artists from all over the country.
Nice. Are you like specifically working with like those artists that you met before? Like, are there any like collabs or like anything like that coming up, or is
it's a couple artists? Like everywhere I go, I try to network. Like my favorites, my slogan is Hollywood, never Hollywood. You know what I mean? That means I'm ready to work. Hit me up. I don't think I'm better than nobody. You know, it's no big eyes and little U's.
Yeah. So like, what is one thing you guys, or like you think you could like improve on, kind of like in your music as a individual? Then like, what is one thing you guys think you can improve on, like as a group, like as a manager, artist, kind of like group?
Everything. There's always room for improvement. So I say
That's
everything.
the right answer.
I'm always I'm a student to the game. You always can learn. Whenever you stop learning, I feel like that's when you're dead.
Yeah.
So everything.
Yeah. Words to live by. Yeah. So how about you, Jaylene? Like, what is something you think you could like improve on, like as a manager, or like, yeah, what are some like very difficult things to deal with as a manager?
As a manager, I think the most difficult thing to deal with is being delicate about his craft, you know, because people really care about things that they produce, you know. And so I think for me, that's like the most difficult thing because I genuinely like everything, you know, but like also I have to be honest with him about what I feel like will
better the track.
You know, like better the track or make it more like easier to digest for people that don't listen to his sound.
Yeah. Are you also a musician or?
No,
that's not a problem. No, that's not a problem.
No, I'm not. I am, but I did. Like I danced for like 20
Oh, okay.
years.
Yeah, so you know what rhythm is. Like you understand.
I understand, and like you know, I have family that does music as well, and you know, and friends, and so like I'm around a lot of great music.
Yeah.
And so like this was a super easy transition.
Yeah, she's definitely not. She's definitely all around talent. She just helped put together a fashion show also. So she does.
Tell me about that.
She does more than just manage me.
That's really cool. Yeah.
I was the event coordinator on a fashion show during Fashion Week in Harlem.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yes, at Melba's restaurant with D17. It was we debuted the Tatiana Gabriel collection and also the BDR styling collection. That he actually dressed Keisha Cole for something the other day. Yeah. And so they're doing really great things. Like everybody that was a part of that.
Nice.
And Melba is amazing. She owns the restaurant. She's amazing.
So like, what kind of food is it? I want to go through. I want to come over. Oh,
no,
okay.
soul food.
Great food.
Great food.
Great food.
Comfort
Great.
food.
Excellent day.
Nice.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So Boogie, like, what do you think? Like the sort of how do you blend? How do you think that fashion and music blend? Do you think like?
Oh, they go hand in hand.
Yeah,
because you got to think about it, like, and this why I'm pushing for what I promised to my fans, 2020 and forward, that I'm gonna give them more visuals because you could spit fire all day, but people still want to see how you living. So, you know what I mean? That's the first thing I'm looking at in the video. I'm looking at the scenery. I'm looking at what they're wearing. Yeah. Everything comes into play. So pretty much the visual presentation.
Are you like a sneakerhead or like anything like that, or?
Pretty much. I got a lot of sneakers, but a couple of my homies is like real sneakerheads. Being that I know them, they got thousands of sneakers, like my boy Wendell and all that. So I won't call myself a sneakerhead, but I got a lot of sneakers.
Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna do like a follow up, we should do like a sneaker collection. Like,
that'd be fucking dope,
or like something like that in the future. Yeah, because like
that's coming soon.
Yeah, because like recently, like as when I was in high school, I wasn't really interested like in sneakers and stuff. But like as I've been getting older, I've been like getting into fashion and stuff like that. So I've been like now I have kind of like a dream collection and stuff like that. So like I'm always down to talk about sneakers and stuff like that.
Like, how did that shit grow? It just like started like out of nowhere, and then people were spending like $1,000 for like a pair of sneakers. Like
I think it's
like fairly recent though.
No,
like it got big fairly recent.
I mean, probably because of like social media, probably like made it bigger. But like even back in like the 90s,
and
people
music,
like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There's definitely a connection between music and fashion. I mean, like people who go up on stage, they know that they're gonna wear something because it's gonna mean something to them. You know what I mean? They don't just like get up out of bed and just wear with like whatever.
Yeah, probably like one of the more like fashionable like rappers these days is definitely Travis Scott. I feel like
definitely he's killing them. His sneaker collections that he going on, he's killing them.
Yeah,
he's a genius. That boy a genius.
How do you feel about where rap is now?
Rap is now.
I mean, what do you think rap is
Yeah.
now? Like, because like rap has become, you know, the new rock and roll, basically. You could say so. Like, yeah,
Rap. I say, man, rap. It was looking scary, man.
really.
It was looking scary, man.
Wait. So, like, how recently do you think? Like, it was like looking scary.
Yo, I give credit where credit's due. I'm not even being biased just because I'm from New York.
Yeah.
I'll shout out to the boys like Bobby Smurda and they brung it back.
Yeah.
Free Bobby,
coming
he
out
brought
soon.
it back.
Coming out soon.
Yeah, free
in
that
August or
man.
something, right?
He brought it back though. Yeah, he's supposed to be. You know,
Yeah.
I ain't too much
was a
into
martyr
his
for the
business.
cause.
I never hung around him or none of that. But I just know he brought it back, especially
Yeah.
for New York.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have like any like so like what are your like biggest inspirations when it comes to, you know, rap?
My biggest inspirations.
Yeah. It's hard to say, but like
My biggest inspirations.
You're like, who gives you goosebumps every time you listen to
yeah,
them?
Jay-Z is like, Jay-Z's the GOAT in my eyes. Like, really started from the bottom. Like, it really turned into a boss. Like, Jay-Z is that dude.
For sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any inspirations?
Yeah.
Like music, management, whatever.
For managing,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, honestly, with managing, I got to spend some time with Nicole, DJ Khaled's wife, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, and watching her just put things together.
That's really cool.
Is just something to marvel at. Like watching her do that was like, it made me feel like it gave me the confidence, honestly, to be able to do this with him because I knew that I had someone behind me, you know,
sure.
and also my mom is like the GOAT, I swear. Dr. Gardner, she's
like your manager.
Oh, she really,
She definitely is. Dr. G. Shout out to
Nice,
Dr. G.
nice.
No, she really
Major.
is.
That's
She's
really
our
cool,
manager.
yeah.
Like,
Major.
honestly.
Is your
because-
mom involved in the music industry, or is just like she just like keeps you in check, that sort of thing?
She actually used to DJ. She was
Wow.
the chief,
Nice,
she was
yeah.
the chief engineer at a radio station.
Nice.
And then
yeah.
she like went to medical school and became a doctor.
As you do.
I know.
As
I mean, that's just, you know,
the next
that's the
step,
path. Obviously,
you know,
it's the obvious
clearly.
path. Yeah.
That's something you could like only do in like, you know, New York City, right?
Go from DJ to doctor.
Yeah.
And then she kind of like, we got her back in the studio and
Oh.
she's been on it ever
Yeah,
since.
that's really cool. That's really cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So wait, so tell me more about the whole DJ Khaled wife. What's her name again? Sorry.
Nicole.
Nicole. So how'd you meet
Yes.
her? Like you just don't meet DJ Khaled's wife just like out of the blue, you know?
We've been family friends and family for a really long time.
Wow.
Nice.
We like grew up in the same church and
Oh, okay, cool. Wait,
Yeah. That's
it's
actually
like
how I ended
Oh,
up.
you guys
like
met?
that's how we met. I didn't.
Oh, at church,
because I
nice.
was friends with his friends.
Okay, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
so that's how we kind of.
Yeah. So is like DJ Khaled from like the New York City area, or like is like Nicole only from like this area, like the New York City
Nicole
area?
is from New York.
Oh, okay, I see.
Khaled's from. Do you know if he's from New York?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
not
get
sure
me
either.
to
Oh, he's got
lie.
like a Florida.
I
From
think
the mud.
he
No,
from
I'm
He's
not
from the
even
mud,
there.
bro.
I think he from
I always
Miami. Don't
got-
get me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
That's what I
getting,
think.
I don't
like,
really
Florida
know.
vibe from him.
Don't get me to lie, but I think he from 305.
No, yeah,
Shout
I
out to
don't know.
Cali. Hit me
Yeah.
up so I can find out where he from. 'Cause we the best.
I mean, we can look it up like on the internet, but like we'll like leave
Yeah.
it like a mystery for now, you know?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. So like, how did you find yourself getting into like management in the first place? Well, was it just like
Honestly-
out of the blue, or like?
It was out of the blue
Yeah.
because we were kind of talking about his music one day, and you know he was kind of explaining things to me, and I was like, you know, I'll come to a show, and you know, and I was like, you know, there's like I told him I was like, you know, you need somebody there to like handle the things that you should not be handling as an artist, you know, like as far as like your music and like you know worrying about how you're getting there and all of those things, and so. He was like, "Yo, you should manage me," and I was like,
Put two and two together.
Yeah. And I was like, and I was nervous because, like, you know, he's my friend, so I really want this to, like,
Of course.
you know, be extremely successful.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was nervous, but he definitely helps make me more comfortable, and you know, the people that we have behind us definitely make it
Mm-hmm.
that
Way
much
more
easier.
easier.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
David, I've been asking so many questions. Now it's your turn.
Well, I was going to before you interrupted me, Daniel.
Well, I'm sorry.
So, like, I mean, we talked about it before, but you said you had some stuff in your past that sort of made you into the person you are now. So, you talked a little bit about that?
Oh, definitely. Well, pretty much my whole life, as a man, decision making is the biggest thing as growing up as a man, especially as a boy, and making them transition.
Yeah.
And I ain't always make the best decisions.
Of course.
And I actually was incarcerated. I did 6-year bid, and that's why I'm home now, trying to show the youth that ain't the route you really have to go.
Yeah.
And don't really, because it's cool and all that. And I still, if you listen to my music, I say certain things in my lyrics is cool, but don't really get too caught up.
Yeah,
in
for
that.
sure.
You know what I mean? You got to really know how to transition it and be adult and have discipline.
Exactly.
Not to really,
So how do you feel like your music changed after you got out?
I think it elevated because I experienced more. So
Just more
it was
depth to it.
definitely, definitely more to talk about. So it's definitely a difference between metaphors and real rap.
Of course.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know what
I mean, if you live it, it's something completely different.
Definitely.
Speaking of which, like, I don't know if you guys heard, but like Billie Eilish did like this like interview, and like she was like kind of like saying how like, oh, rappers are like faking what they're saying and stuff like that. So like, I mean, everybody knows that, to like a certain extent, where like, lyrics are like more inspired and they're not like all kind of like real. But it's like really cool seeing how you kind of like draw from like, real life, and that's like way more kind of like empowering, I feel like.
Definitely.
I mean, you can tell.
And people gotta understand, like, it's all right. Don't be scared to be considered a square. It's all right. You know what I mean? I'm a square all the way. I'm happy to be a square, but that don't mean that you have to change certain morals and principles.
Yeah.
Let's not get caught up in titles, you know.
Yeah.
For sure, you can still have
definitely.
integrity
Yeah.
and so forth.
Is there anything you want to promote?
Pretty much, I got a track that's streaming on all platforms right now called Activated. You know what I mean? It's really going up, and the video's coming soon, but I'm not dropping the video to get the love that it's supposed to get, because it's like everywhere is getting activated but New York. This is my home state. Let's get activated. Let's do it, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's enough for all of us to eat.
Yeah,
Let's do
man.
it.
For sure. Anything you want to leave with?
Pretty much shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to New Row, the whole 914. Shout out to my mom, my dad. I love you. My whole family. Thank you to everybody that support me. Lincoln Ave, you already know we getting activated. Follow me on Instagram, Boogie Nation _ Follow me on Twitter, Boogie Nation LA. Hit me up on Facebook, Boogie Nation, SoundCloud, Boogie Nation, everything Boogie Nation, man.
And your YouTube as well, Boogie Nation.
Boogie Nation.
Okay, got it. Nice.
Yeah, I got my YouTube just pretty much started. So, if you want to subscribe, Boogie Nation, more than welcome. More content coming.
Nice.
Yourself?
I'll leave it with my Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah, what's your Instagram?
Short and sweet.
The _ real REAL Jalen JAILYN _
Got it.
And also, if you just follow him, you'll see me on there. So
Okay,
you
nice.
can just
nice,
find me
nice.
from there.
For sure.
Nice.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. I know it was
Thank you for having us.
probably
most
a
definitely.
rough trip coming from New Rochelle over here.
Oh no, it's a nice trip. It's only 30 minutes,
it's only
man.
30
Oh yeah, let's
minutes.
get this
That's
straight,
crazy.
man. Everybody say upstate. Listen, man. Listen. It's exit 16 on that 95, man. Right
Are you
next
above
to
the
the
Bronx?
man.
Are you above the Bronx?
Man, we at the bottom.
Are you
New
above the
Rochelle,
Bronx?
that's how we not upstate. We all the way at the
Okay.
bottom.
I guess. Whatever.
We all the way at the bottom. You know what I mean? We walk right into the Bronx. You know what I mean? We
Listen,
uptown.
anything
uptown.
outside the 5 boroughs is upstate.
Man, listen.
Sorry.
Uptown.
If you guys
man.
get taxed differently, it's upstate.
Nah. We not trying to fit in, but we just letting y'all know we our own. 914.
So what do you
we
call
not
it? What
trying
do you
to
call
fit
it?
in. We call it the 9. Nah, we
Mid-state.
ain't mid-state.
I mean, that's what you technically call it, though. Like, you call it like mid-state, but like,
Nah, it's
No
just
one says
914.
mid-state.
It's
Yeah.
914
All right,
Westchester.
fine.
We in our
Yeah.
own. You heard the 9. We in-
No more upstate.
Nah. No more upstate.
like,
You heard? Shout out to Through the Barrels, though. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all, though.
thank you.
Thanks so much for coming on, guys.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Pretty good.
Yeah.